This past Thursday, I decided that it was time for me to do something I've wanted to do for a few years, and that was to go to Galaxy's Edge and build my own lightsaber. And it's something that I fell off because it's very cost of the price. But for reasons I don't wish to discuss, I felt this was the time for me to do this. And it was a very cool experience. Now, of course, you have to log into the Disney app. You have to make sure that they have the availability for the day you're going. They recommend doing it months in advance. I was lucky. They still had spots available because it was only me. It's a single person going. And it's a cool experience. So you sign up, you pay, you have to use a credit card or a debit card. You can't use any gift cards, but you put in the whole request and then they tell you, hey, 12:15, be here about 15 to 30 minutes early. So I went to Galaxy's Edge, and actually I went to Hollywood Studios in general because I was going to get a few things, but I ended up holding off only because this was a little bit overwhelming. It was really cool. So you get there and you go up to the part where Savi's is, and they ask you for your last name several times. They have you pick out which style you're going to go with. I went with protection and defense. I think that's what I went with. I went with the High Republic. And then, they tell you, hey, this is what's going on. And they give you this pin. And you put on your shirt. That way they know which one to give you. And then they give you this green card showing that you are going to be one of the people building. All throughout this, you're going to see little clips and probably hear them talking in the background. You go in, you line up around the semicircle, and this guy comes out, master builder. He has this whole corny speech he has to give, or she has to give. But what it's there, and it's part of the whole storyline for it. And they give you the pieces for your lightsaber, and you get to pick. Everyone gets the same sheath, and then there's other parts that you can build from there. So you get to pick your hilt, your guard, your emitter, your part at the end where you can hook onto your belt. It's really, really cool. And I'll take apart the lightsaber and show you to you as we get a little bit further. Then they have you pick your kyber crystal, and I went with purple, only because I really like purple blades from Fallen Order. And it's a really cool experience. And you go in, that's the first thing you do is you put it in. And it immediately will turn the lights everywhere purple on your thing, or your green, or your blues, or whatever. And as you're building, their assistant builders come over and they help you and tell you to assemble everything, screw everything together. And then once you have that all together, you get this cool part. You put everything together and they take it from you and they insert it in this long tube, which actually attaches the blade that you get. So you put it in, also everyone pulls it out, turns on their sabers, and you've got this rainbow of colors, and you're all pointing to the sky. And then they thank you for coming, and as you walk out, they give you this sleeve, basically, for your lightsaber blade. They give you a 31-inch blade, and you get this sleeve that you can carry around in the park. It's not the most secure thing. It is a very cool, very nerdy experience. But getting home makes it even more nerdy. And you'll see here, I'm going to play around and show you a few things. So let's go ahead. I'm going to disassemble the lightsaber and just show you everything from the beginning and go from there.
Activate. Good, now go ahead, builders. And raise your lightsabers. Remember, it only takes a spark. Right, so in my case, everyone gets the same part here. And this is the sleeve. And it's a very cool looking piece. And this is plastic. This is where your battery compartment comes in, which is here. It's 3 AAAs that you screw in, just like with Master Soul's lightsaber. So you do have the battery pack. And then what they do is they give you your kyber crystal. They have you hold it upside down. They have you hold in this button and have you insert the crystal. And it's a little harder than it looks. Once you have that in place,
it's supposed to light up and glow. Because I took the battery pack out, I don't think it's going to do that anymore for me. But just to give you a hint, just how to build. I have the battery pack incorrectly. I had it in backwards. It wasn't lining up right. But as you can see, it immediately turns your kyber crystal to glow. You can see the purple flashing through here. There's an RFID chip in here that tells it what color it's supposed to be. And it changes depending on which ones you have. As you'll see in the video later on, I'll show you with this white crystal, and it's got a completely different sound structure to it. I haven't tried it with the red ones yet, but it is a very neat experience. Then what you do is you take this piece and you want to match the color up. So the red's going to go to the red, and it'll make these noises as you're doing it, right? You're going to take this part, the blue's going to match to the blue. And now you've got your emitter. Right? So far, so good. Now you're going to take either the top or the bottom. You're going to line it up as best you can. And you're going to really try to push and squeeze it all together. And you get this nice hilt. We're going to do the same thing with the top here. Now the top, for whatever reason, I can't get to line up the way I want it to. Like I want it so that this is here, but looks good still, right? And you get your top part here, your emitter. And now you got a nice top. And then you can screw on the bottom. Unfortunately, mine doesn't have one of the side clips. It only has the belt clip. I'd rather have that side clip piece that sneaks in. But you get what I'm going with. And you get this beautiful lightsaber, and it's got weight to it. It is, other than the inner tube, it is solid metal, or at least die cast. I mean, it is fantastic, and it's pretty heavy. Let me turn on my scale here. Come on, scale. I mean, Souls was only like 2 pounds. This is coming out to 2.5. So I mean, it's got a good weight to it. It is a fantastic feel in your hand. Let's go ahead and shut that off. And it's just a really cool experience to have. So let's go ahead and get this to stop rolling. And like I said, it also comes with this giant sleeve, and you do get a nice Jedi symbol. Sorry, my feet are in there. It is a nice sleeve, and now it is just a piece of canvas with some styrofoam in it. Let's go ahead and get the blade out. And the blade, just like with Master Soul, it's just a basic LED, type light. And it's going to plug in just like with the Legacy sabers. You can put in, push down, and then make sure it works. And now you've got your blade. And again, you can change the blades based off of the different kyber crystals that you put in. So yeah, it is a very cool experience. This has a very good weight to it. I know there's some people online who post reviews on how to fix things if things go wrong. Battery. They do warn you, if you talk to the right people at least, the battery in these drain quickly, because as long as that kyber crystal is in there, it's going to drain the battery. So I do recommend taking either the crystal out or taking the battery compartment out in between when you're not using it or not having it on display. Otherwise, you're going to have to change AAA's quite a bit. That's it for this. I mean, this was a wonderful experience. Now, I did purchase the belt clip. I wanted the one that had the part where you could slide in, but for whatever reason, they didn't have all the parts for my style. So I did stick with the regular parts. What this part is if you have, like, let's say Master Soul has that one part, you can slide it in. It'll lock into place while it's holding on your hip. Then you can just press and release. It also has the regular belt clip part, which just taps to this. I did walk around with it for a good chunk of the day, and it kept banging into me. It hurt a little bit, but I'm also short. But it is a very cool experience. If you haven't had a chance to do this yet, either at Batu East or Batu West, I do recommend it. It is about $270 to do, but it's not too bad. This is a really fun experience for everyone involved. So yeah, that's it for this review on this. Thank you very much for watching. I know I haven't been posting much. I do have a new laptop, so I'm going to be able to edit videos again. So do stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. I mean, you can't see how beautiful that purple is, but wow. It's gorgeous in person. Wow. I didn't know she was even an option.